Have you ever wondered why the most expensive component of your boat or off-grid cabin is the one most likely to leave you stranded? You walk into a gleaming retail store, and a salesman with a practiced smile points you toward a plastic box labeled Marine Deep Cycle. He promises you a miracle of modern engineering, claiming this single unit can both crank a massive engine and power your electronics all night long. It sounds like the perfect solution, but in reality, you are being sold a mathematical lie designed to fail. Did you know that nearly 50% of consumer marine batteries fail within 36 months because of how they were built to deceive you? The industry has a dirty little secret they don't want you to calculate while you're standing at the checkout counter. They have mastered the art of the compromise, creating a product just good enough to get past the warranty period but too weak to endure. While you worry about brand names and colorful labels, the architects of planned obsolescence are laughing all the way to the bank. If you're tired of being the victim in this chemical shell game, it is time to look past the marketing and understand physics. Before we dive into the wreckage of your power system, hit the subscribe button and join us as we dismantle the illusions. Think about the physical reality of a battery as if it were a high-performance athlete. You cannot ask a sprinter to run a marathon. To start a heavy engine, a battery needs a sudden, violent burst of energy, which requires a massive amount of surface area. Engineers achieve this by packing the plastic case with dozens of razor-thin lead plates to provide the explosive chemical reaction needed. But those thin plates are the battery's Achilles heel when the engine stops and the real work begins. When you transition from starting the engine to running a refrigerator, the physics of the battery changes completely. Deep cycle endurance does not care about surface area. It cares about mass and the structural integrity of the lead. When a manufacturer tells you a battery is dual purpose, they are admitting that the plates are too thin for long life. It is a jack of all trades that is a master of absolutely nothing, a compromise that ensures the battery will struggle. To understand why your battery is dying a slow death, you have to look at the chemistry of betrayal. Every single time you draw power, a chemical process called sulfation begins. Small crystals of lead sulfate form on the plates. In the thin plate world of consumer marine batteries, these crystals find a permanent home much faster than you realize. The plate material begins to shed, falling to the bottom of the case like dead skin, until the battery can no longer hold energy. If you want to see through the lies, you don't need a multimeter, you just need a heavy-duty scale. In the world of lead-acid power, weight is the only metric that truly correlates with quality and longevity. A true industrial battery, like those in golf carts, features plates that are often twice as thick as a marine battery. This added mass is the literal fuel of your power system, providing the structural backbone needed to survive 1,000 cycles. The golf cart batteries are significantly heavier because they are packed with solid, high-density lead designed for daily abuse. While the thin plates of the marine battery are warping, the thick plates of the industrial battery remain rigid and functional. Thick plates are the tanks of the battery world, resisting the physical breakdown that comes with repeated deep cycles. Now, let's look at the numbers. A typical marine battery might boast 80 amp-hours at 12 volts. But a single golf cart battery is rated at 225 amp-hours at only 6 volts. When you wire two of those 6-volt batteries together, you create a 12-volt bank that retains that massive capacity. The result is a power station that dwarfs the common marine battery in every measurable way while occupying a very similar physical footprint. You are not just getting more energy. You are getting a different kind of energy. Because the internal resistance is lower and the lead mass is higher, the 6-volt pair can deliver consistent voltage for a much longer duration. This is the secret that professional sailors and off-grid experts have known for decades. They don't buy what is on the shelf at the local big box store. They buy the industrial components that were never meant for the casual consumer. Consider the real-world scenario of running a 60-watt refrigerator during a weekend trip. On a standard marine battery, you might be able to run that fridge for a few hours before the voltage drops. You are constantly hovering over your battery monitor, terrified that a cold beer will mean a dead engine in the morning. But with a pair of 6-volt golf cart batteries, you have effectively doubled or tripled your usable energy. You can run that fridge, charge your phones, and leave the lights on without ever worrying about the state of your charge. The gap in long-term value is where the salesman's pitch truly falls apart. A cheap dual-purpose battery might last you 2 or 3 seasons if you are lucky and meticulous with your maintenance. Over the course of 10 years, you might find yourself buying 4 or 5 of these mediocre boxes, spending a small fortune. Meanwhile, a high-quality set of industrial deep-cycle batteries can easily last 6, 7, or even 8 years with proper care. Even though the upfront cost of 2 batteries and some heavy-duty cables is higher, the cost per cycle is dramatically lower. Wiring a 12-volt bank from 2 6-volt batteries is a task so simple it is almost insulting that more people don't do it. You simply connect the positive terminal of the first battery to the negative terminal of the second battery using a thick, high-quality jumper cable. The remaining positive and negative terminals become the main outputs for your entire system. It is a robust, straightforward setup that turns 2 industrial components into a single, high-capacity power plant. As long as your connections are clean and your cables are sized correctly, you have just upgraded your boat or cabin to professional grade. Of course, this kind of power comes with a responsibility that most modern consumers would rather ignore. These are not maintenance-free, set it, and forget it devices that you can abuse and neglect. Flooded lead-acid batteries are living, breathing chemical machines that require periodic attention. You must check the water levels regularly and top them off with distilled water to keep the plates submerged and active. You must also ensure that your battery box is properly ventilated, because the process of charging releases hydrogen gas. It is this requirement for maintenance that the tech companies use as a weapon against you. They sell you maintenance-free sealed batteries, not because they are better, but because they are more convenient for a society that has forgotten how to use a wrench. By sealing the battery, they ensure that you cannot add water, which means the battery has a built-in expiration date. They have traded your long-term independence for a few minutes of saved labor, and they have charged you a premium for the privilege. The final lesson here is that you cannot trust a label, and you certainly cannot trust a company that wants you to buy their product every 2 years. In a world of flashy marketing and planned obsolescence, the truth is found in the weight of the lead and the thickness of the plates. You have to be willing to look past the marine branding to find the industrial-grade solutions that actually work. Choosing the right power system is about understanding the fundamental laws of physics that govern energy storage. If you choose to stick with the standard marine battery, you are choosing a life of anxiety, wondering if your lights will stay on. But if you embrace the industrial design of heavy-duty deep-cycle batteries, you are choosing reliability, longevity, and true value. You are taking control of your power and refusing to be another victim of a marketing department's quota. The question is simple. Are you willing to do a little extra work to build a system that lasts, or keep paying the convenience tax? So the next time you find yourself in that battery aisle, ignore the colorful stickers and the fast-talking salesman. Look at the specifications, feel the weight of the units, and remember that real power isn't sold in a dual-purpose box. It is earned through mass, chemistry, and a refusal to settle for a compromise. What will you choose for your next adventure? Will you settle for the mediocrity they want to sell you, or will you build something that actually stands the test of time? Let us know in the comments how you plan to upgrade your system, and don't forget to subscribe. Your journey to true power starts now.